Now, mind you, I still got the spray bottle. I still got the spray bottle with the alcohol in it. So it's in my pocket. It's just all about me pulling it out and making sure that it's aiming right. But who's going to be feeling and looking for that? So I put my hand in my pocket and I'm trying to feel for the little hole where it comes out at. So I got my hand in my pocket. So he like, why you hit me with an icy? Roosevelt steady going off about why I hit him with an icy. I'm like, man, I don't got no problem with you. I'm like, you accused me. I'm like, a snitching on you when it wasn't even me. I'm like, it was the girl that said, which it wasn't me. The girl that made good grades, she wasn't going to let her grade go down. She told. You confessed, and that was that. All I said was, yo, just tell who did it. Just say who did it. Yes, I knew it was you. And so what did I say that? But I never pointed or stood up or said, oh, it was Roosevelt. You know what I'm saying? So you trying to show out, and it's a crowd. Okay, majority of these people that was right here, they definitely wasn't inside the house. So some of these people got called. Okay, I wasn't ready. It was like two handfuls full of people. It was a nice, decent set of people out there. So I'm thinking like, man, I'm about to get jumped. Yep. I was like, I'm about to get jumped. I already knew it. And I was nervous. I'm not gonna hold you. I was nervous. So Charzetta on the porch, so I kind of like glanced with this. So Gregory was like, y'all, don't do it right here. Y'all gonna make my mom come out. Y'all take that down there. Take it down the block. Take it in front of your crib. What? Take it down the block? Like, I don't even want to fight. Like, he should have been on some, nah, y'all shouldn't be fighting. Like, y'all stop. This is his friend, been your friend for years. You know, you should have just stopped the situation. You talking about your mom going here, but yet you telling us to go there. No, I'm not going nowhere. I'm right here. I'm not turning my back. So Roosevelt, we was on the side. So he gets in the street, like kind of in the street where the cars parked, but it was a empty parking spot right there. So he right there like, come on. He pulling his pants up like, come on. He like, come on. I'm like, I don't want to fight you, right? So everybody left like, you scared. He like, yeah, you ain't got no icy now to hit me with. You can't sneak me now. I'm like, I don't want to sneak you. I'm like, Greg, get your boy. I'm like, I'm trying to go home. He like, go home. He like, I'm finna hit you. I'm finna swing off you. He like, I'm telling you right now so you won't be surprised. Okay, I see. I'm finna have to fight this dude. And my mind locked in that I'm about to have to fight this dude. Now, mind you, he's skinny and lanky. He's tall, right? He's tall. So I'm like, I don't even know how I'm finna approach the fight because I don't know if somebody gonna sneak me from the back, you know? Charzetta, Jason, everybody right there. Charzetta on the porch, but everybody up close and personal, right? So he like, yeah. He like, you scared? He like, I'm gonna come over there. So he tough. He like, I'm gonna come over there to you. You know what I'm saying? I was like, so I started praying. I'm like, I don't want to fight you, Roosevelt. He like, no. He like, you wanted to hit me. You tried to crack me inside the head with an icy. He like, I'm not no. Like, he straight said that. He like, I'm not a. Okay, you not. But you was still trying to like low key punk me, and I wasn't going. So I'm like, man, I took my hand in my pocket. And I'm like, what I'm going to do, right? What I'm going to do because the spray ain't going to reach the distance he was at. So I'm like, man, what I'm going to do? So as I'm coming up, he comes up closer and you could tell he was about to get ready to try to grab me. It didn't work out. I don't know why I did this, but I did it. I kicked him in a ding-ding. I kicked him in the when I say as soon as I kicked him in the ding-ding, he went straight down. When I say he went down, and I was just, when he went down, I didn't say anything or I didn't try to finish him off or anything like that. I was just looking. So they're like, oh, no, you wrong. And all of a sudden I feel somebody, boom, hit me in the back of the head. So and I turn around, it's one of his friends. He like, you just sneaked him. You playing dirty. You fighting dirty. Ain't no rules in fighting, man. Ain't no rules in fight. I swear to God, I straight up when I realized he hit me, and he was like, he stopped. Once he hit me, he saw that I was like this. He like, man, you playing dirty, and he talking. I went right, grabbed him up, ran him to the gate. But as I was running him to the gate, he did respond back. He tried to push me back, but it was too late. So as soon as he grabbed me and I got like one of my arms, he trying to swing, I got in my pocket. And it was just so happily, it was just right there. And I'm like, that he said, what is, my face, oh, my eye burning, my eye burning, my eye burning. That's all you hear. My eye burning. I broke off. I ran. I got up out of there. So I run the opposite way towards the Jason way. Now, I'm supposed to be running this way, but I run this way. Now, they running behind me. They ain't just standing there. They running behind me. So boom, so I started like trying to make it difficult, because at first I was just running straight, bending a couple of blocks. You know what I'm saying? I'm just hitting a couple of blocks, but that wasn't shaking them. They was chasing me. I started hopping people gates, you know, from their back way, like I was hopping gates, and boom, 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 ending up on another block, to a point that I ended up on a block I ain't never even been on before. I didn't even really know where I was at. And I'm like, oh my God, but I didn't see them no more. Boom, I'm like, I got to find out how to get on my main street, because I never been on that side. So I stopped this guy. He was in front of like a little market. So I say, hey, how you get to so-and-so? Right? I tell him my main street. So he was like, oh, you want to take this down? You going to see a McDonald's. He like, and then you going to hit a left. He like, then you should see Jules and this and that and that. And he was talking. So I'm like, I'm like, okay. I'm like, do they sell eggs in here? He like, oh yeah, they sell eggs, bacon. He like, they got a lot of stuff in there. They even got cheese and meat. So you know what I'm saying? He's talking to me. So I'm like, all right, cool dude. So boom, I goes in the inside and I'm looking. Boom, I see the little cooler. So I grab the eggs. Boom, I grab the eggs, pay for them. I'm gone, because my Aunt Tita gave me $200, remember? So I come out, boom. So I'm like, wait, I'm gonna need some to roll my stuff with. Remember, I took my mom's stuff and I put it in my sock. So I'm like, hey, can I ask you a question, sir? The same guy. I'm like, can I ask you a question, sir? He like, yeah, what's going on? I'm like, you think you could bet me a cigaretto? He say, what? I'm like, a cigaretto, like a Vega, something that I could roll away. Like, how old are you? I'm like, I'm almost 18. He like, but you're not 18. I'm like, no. He like, I can get in trouble if they see that I'm coming to grab it. I'm like, I'll give you $5. He like, all right, come on. So we walking off from the market. So I'm like, wow, we're walking off. So it kind of like alarmed me, like I panicked. So I'm like, don't worry about it. He's like, no. I want to get you off the camera. He like, give me the money. So I give him the money straight up. Boom. I'm waiting. I'm like, where is he? It's taking a minute. Where's the dude? I'm looking like, that's the only door they got to go in and out. He been in there for a minute. So I'm like, maybe it's a long line. So I'm starting to walk back towards the market way, right? So boom, he comes out. He give my change back. I give him the $5. I'm like, what took long? He's like, oh, I had a couple of serves in there, and then plus I was talking. Wow, I'm out here waiting. I'm paying for a service. In my mind, I'm like, all right. I'm like, thanks. He like, no problem. He like, hey, you too young to be smoking. And I'm like, yeah, I know. It's not for me. It's for my friend. He like, all right. He like, you be safe. So boom, I walk off, right? I take what he told me to do. I see the McDonald's clear as day. Hit the left, and then I start getting familiar with spots. But I was like 3 blocks over from where Charzetta was at. Mind you, I don't have a phone. It's not like I could call somebody, you know? So I'm like, man, all right. I need to figure out how I'm going to get over there towards Roosevelt crib. So boom, I goes down a little bit more, and then I cross over the blocks. Now, I passed Gregory Boone block up, but I'm coming, instead of coming this way, I'm coming the whole opposite way, the longer way. So I go on the next block, and then now that's Roosevelt's block. So I goes in his yard, go in the back way. I'm cracking it with eggs. Fuck. But he had like that type of paint on concrete, so that it was gonna be hard to get it off. It was brick, but it was painted, so that's gonna be hard to get off, like egg. So but I'm only doing it in the back. I'm not doing it in the front of his house. So I'm cracking all 3 of the eggs in the back. Fuck up. I ain't hitting his door or nothing. I'm just hitting all the concrete. Fuck up, because I didn't know if his parents was home. If I hit the door, they might think somebody knocking. If I hit the window, they might think somebody trying to break. I need to be low key as possible. So I egg the back. I egg the back of the house up. That's why I had asked Charzetta, did they have a store around here? Boom. I go the opposite way. Now I'm going to the crib. Finally make it on my block. I see Nikki and I see her friend. They out there, they jump roping. So she like, I'm like, what? She like, where you coming from? I'm like, you know my mama, but I'm still walking. She like, hey, I wrote you a note back. I'm like, I'll get it from you tomorrow. Just have it for me tomorrow. I'm like, I gotta go to school tomorrow. I'm like, just come outside and meet me. I tell her that straight up. She like, what time? Because I don't leave until 8:30 at my house. I'm like, 8:30? She like, yeah. I'm like, well, I leave a little early, sometime like 7:30. She like, okay, I got you. And if not, I'm going to put in my mailbox so you just come up the stairs and go in my mailbox. I am not, no. I don't even know how it's going to play out tomorrow. No. So I'm like, no, just make sure you give it to me. Boom, I go on here and I woke up. She like, I don't get no hug, no nothing. I'm like, no. So boom, front door now opening. My mama is sitting there. So my mama looking, she like, that was a long time. I'm like, oh yeah, I was at Greg house and I was talking to Charzetta. I'm like, I'm gonna go to my room. No, come here. I'm like, yes. She go on the side, boom. She give me my fan, but she slatted like so. In the living room, she was sitting down. She got like a little stand right there. She got a big Italian couch, but she got a little table, like a long glass little table just right there in the middle. She put the fan right there and she slid the fan to me. She like, here. I'm like, I can get my fan back. She like, no, I'm giving it to the ghost behind you. I'm like, thanks, Mom. She's like, She lit up her Plocky. So I'm like a little nervous because it's giving weird vibes. It was giving most definitely weird vibes. So I goes in my room. I go in my room. So I'm like, man, I ain't see Marky like laying in the hallway or I didn't see him. So immediately I come in my room. I go downstairs. Marky like, hey, I got my room back, but the room is still butt naked. The room ain't got no TV. Ain't got nothing fun. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'm like, that means you might get your stuff back. He like, yeah. I'm like, bro. I'm like, I got into Roosevelt, so now I'm telling him everything. He like, oh, when I see him, I'm gonna knock him out. Right? Marky straight up like, he like, when you come, we leave it early tomorrow. I'm like, guess what I got? So I did, because I put everything like inside my pants, the blunts. So I pull the blunt out. He like, where you get that from? I'm like, look, so I'm digging in my sock. I'm like, wait a minute. So I'm like, hold on. So I sit on his floor because he ain't had no bed or no chair. So I sit on the floor. I'm taking my socks off. He like, why you taking your shoes and socks? I'm like, bro, it must have failed. It must have slipped out. He like, what? I'm like, I went in mom's room and I snuck and got some bud out her safe. I'm like, And I backed it up. I put it in my sock. He like, I'm like, when I was fighting, it probably fell. He like, we could get some. He like, well, we can always, call Raymond. I'm like, yeah, that's true. I'm like, hold on to these blunts. So I'm like, listen, tomorrow we on that, but I'm like, we got to make sure we do it at the school. So Marky like, nah, soon as I see him. So Marky was like, soon as I see him. So I end up going upstairs, right? He hold the blunts for me. I go upstairs. I go in my room immediately. I call Charzetta. I call Charzetta straight up. She picks up. She like, oh, I thought you weren't going to have your fan. I'm like, so y'all going to sit there and let them jump on me? She like, I didn't even know what was going on. I'm like, you did know what was going on, though. You knew that we was in chill. Why you just didn't go get your mama? She like, how is this my fault? So you called to yell at me? She like, I don't even want to argue. It's cool. You and my brother, y'all could talk about it since y'all like each other so much. Now, mind you, that ticked me off because I just told you I don't want your brother. My nana is gone. I'm happy. I'm in a good space, right? So that whole day was pretty decent. It was decent. Yes, I was salty. I lost the bud, but it was pretty decent. I get wound down. My mama tells me, like, listen, you're going to go up to that school. You're going to learn. If you get any problems, you better tell me. You better not indulge in the problem and then tell me when the problem is already accumulated. You better tell me before the problem starts. You understand? So I'm like, yes. So boom, I'm in my room chilling. And I'm like, man, I don't even know how tomorrow gonna play out. Like tomorrow might play out a little bit different because Marky about to be on go. And in the midst, I'm not stopping my brother in the midst. Only time I was doing it was when it was the Augie situation because I saw that gun. That's it. I never told on Roosevelt, so I was just feeling like, you hot, you mad. So boom, I'm laying down. I'm trying to get comfortable. So this ain't no text message. It's like legit. Someone's calling me. So get it from under my pillow. I look. It's Charzetta. So I'm like, should I pick up? Like, I hesitated. Like, I shouldn't even pick up. But I picked up. I'm like, hello. She like, are you still woke? Yeah, I'm still woke. Hello? Yeah. I was just trying to see, did you want to talk to me until I get sleepy since you don't want to sleep on the fan with me? I'm like, I got to get up early. She was like, so we can't just talk on the phone or I just sit on the phone? I'm like, no. She like, what? I'm like, no. I'm like, just call Jason. She like, why you keep bringing him up? I'm like, because now, this is the strangest thing to do, okay? When you want to yell, but you got to yell low, like that. I'm like, because he always like that. Because he always does that. So she like, you know what? Fine, you ain't got to worry about it. I won't ask you to sleep with me again. I'm like, I don't get click. I'm like, she got me again. Boom. I didn't lose no sleep. I finally doze off. My alarm wakes me up. My mama don't even wake me up. So as soon as I get up, my mom sees that I'm up. She like, because I sure wasn't going to wake you up. I wanted to see, was you going to be responsible and you get up? So I'm like, she is still tense. I'm doing good. You gave my phone. Like, what's wrong with this lady? Right? So I get myself together. Marky is already dressed. This boy was in the kitchen. Look, the kitchen light was on. I'm going in the bathroom, coming out the bathroom, and I just happened to walk to go. Look, he's sitting there eating some what you call it? Captain Crunch. Oops, all berries. He eating that. And he like, yo, bro, you ready? I'm like, you up? He like, yeah, I've been up. I mean, dress, book bag. My mama like, you need to be more like him. You should have been ready. Y'all could eat breakfast at school. That's what I pay for. Right? So I'm like, oh, Marky is on one. So boom, I finally get myself together. So I'm like, I kind of wanted to get a heads up to Greg, like, hey, my brother finna be on that. Don't jump, don't. Because that is his friend. I don't know, like, how it's about to get ready to go, right? So, boom, I get myself together. I look at my mom. I say, I love you, Mom. She like, I love you, too. She like, I know one thing. You better be going there skewed to learn. It better not be no problems or everything will be, I promise you, I will wipe everything out. That's going to look like a jail cell. You see how Marky room look? Yours gonna look worse. I'm gonna try to snatch your whole room out your room. So I'm like, okay. Now, it was just because it was throwing me off because she was just like on my neck. And I thought like we was good. You know what I'm saying? So boom, front door now opening. We leave out. As we come in, out the way, I see my dad. He's in the front. And he's like, hey, I'm signing you up for karate, so you make sure. So I'm looking, I'm like, okay. He like, what you prefer to do? You want to do the Kwando and boxing? This, I'm like you signing me up? I don't know. You signing me up? So he kept doing the yard and having his coffee. So I'm like, okay, my dad is off today, right? He's off because he always do the yard. It'd be early in the morning. He'd be out there in the front, making sure the fly, everything good, making sure the whole yard is straight, even if he lawn mowing or whatever. So we walk off. So Marky like, Dad is out, so we can't even go that way. I'm like, for what? He like, we could have asked Raymond about the bud. I'm like, we can always go around. I'm like, let's see, do Anthony got some? All right, Anthony stay on the next block. We go on the next block. Boom, Anthony, he's just coming out. So he like, hey, Anthony. I'm like, what's up, Anthony? So Anthony like, what's up, y'all? I'm like, hey, where you been? Where you don't come, ring my bell? He like, your mama came to the door mean one time like the devil. He was explaining like, yo, your mom is crazy. He like, and then that other time when I came and I was ringing the bell and she was just, I saw her. I came up close to the window. She was right there walking around naked. I'm like, and she ain't even answered. He like, nah. He like, so I don't even come over there. He like, I be trying to call y'all house, fam. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, why you don't call my cell phone? He like, because I know sometimes you don't be having it and she be having it. So I'm like, oh, I got it now. So he ended up giving us some bud for free. We didn't even have to pay. Right? So he went to a whole different other school. So I'm telling him what happened. So he like, you want me to come up there? Now he was about 5'4", very stocky. You know what I'm saying? He was very stocky. He had like a curly fro, but he was stocky though. He was cool. He was cool. He was just straight out cool. So boom, we end up going to our bus stop. So Marky like, all right. So Marky, boom, 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 boom. He rolling up. So I'm like, Nikki's supposed to, it had dawned on me. I'm like, Nikki's supposed to met me. He like, for what? I'm like, to give me something. He like, give you what? I'm like, something. He like, I'm like, something she needed to tell me. He like, about what? I'm like, man, you nosy, right? I told him straight up like, man, you nosy. So boom, our bus come. He like, let that one go. Let that one go. Boom, we spark up. His friends down on the next bus stop. He like, let's go down here. So we go down there. So we all smoking. So Marky tell him straight up like, hey, I'm gonna need y'all to meet me in my school when I get out. So they're like, but you get out before us. So he like, no, it's important. So he telling his friend, straight up his friends like, yo, I'm gonna need y'all there. So they like, well, we could ditch last period and we could be there. So I'm like, so maybe Marky gonna wait at school. So I'm like, hey, for Roosevelt? So, I'm trying to, cause it's like he was talking, but talking over my head. He wasn't talking like, you know what I'm saying? He put me in the plan. He was like kind of putting a circle around me. So he like, nah, not for Roosevelt. He like, y'all just be up there. So one of his buddies like, is everything good? He like, oh, it will be. So boom, his friend pulled out. It was one of them White House. It was green, but the White House thick, like, because they cigars and they long. But he cut it. He made it small, but it looked pregnant. So I'm like, we already got one roll. You know what I'm saying, boy? Like, it's no way I'm finna be able to help Dawn these two. Like, I'm gonna go there. Me, when I smoke, I start getting paranoid. Nah, I just want to tap it. And I didn't really want to tap it because I knew I was going to school. So I was just like, I'm going to tap it and then just leave it. So he tell Mark, like, to put his away. So Mark, like, you sure? He like, we can match. I'm like, we gotta get ready to go to school, but it's still early. We left out early. So boom, his guy lit it up. He like, everybody two and P. Right? It's a nice little group of us, like maybe 5, 6 of us. So, and it gets to me. So I held it by the tip. So Marky like, man, hit it. I'm like, I did. So his friend like, no, hit that thing. Hit it. So I'm like, I did. Just he like, no, you got to hit it. Hit it in the chest. You should have a lot of smoke coming out. He like, don't let it burn. So I'm like, all right. So I covered it. So I was like, but I didn't hit it. I just let the smoke like give it that illusion like I'm really hitting it hard. I'm like, and then I pass it to Marky. Boom. So they pass it back to me. I'm like, no, I'm good. Because I felt it. I felt something come over me. Like, all this felt like it was about to shut down. This felt like it was about to shut down. I was like, oh, I had enough. I don't need no more. I had enough. So boom, Marky like, come on, I'm going to finish it. Like, I want to finish it with him. I'm like, all right, I'm going to get on the boat. He like, no. You wait. I said, you don't even listen to me. I'm like, and I'm your big brother. No, you wait on me. I'm like, all right, hurry up. So I'm like, eat the blunt if you need to. So they started laughing. So boom, they're like, yo, we'll be up there. We're going to be up there. So even the girls that was in the circle was like, hey, yeah, I'm coming. Like, everybody agreed, like, at the end of their period, that at the end of their 7th period, they're just going to ditch 8th period and they're going to just use that time with the come there. So by that time we get out, they going to be right there. So I still don't know what's going on, but as long as he said the name for Roosevelt, I'm like, all right, it's cool. We get on the bus. Our bus come, we get on the bus. As soon as we get on there, we smell it. People like, ooh, like, I smell it. Y'all smell it? Like, you hear people like, you smell it? Y'all smell it? I got no cologne. I got nothing. I got nothing on me. So I'm like, man, we're going to have to stop somewhere. He like, well, I'm like, we're going to have to get some spray. He like, we can stop at the gas station. I'm like, all right, so it's a gas station, you know what I'm saying, kind of close by the school. So boom, we get off some stops before the school and we go in the gas station. We going on here, we got some of this, like, it was like oils, like, that you roll on you. So we like, yo, let's get 2 of those oils. He like, all right, because they was $5 a piece. They was $5 a piece. So it was one that was like musk something. And then we got another one that was fruity. And Marky didn't like the fruity one. Marky was like, yo, let's change it. I'm like, no, I want it. So I was using the fruity one, right? Legit, I'm using the fruity one. So Marky used the other one. We goes out, we walk out. Now we're walking towards the school. So as we walking, we get inside, like, on the perimeter, and I see Charzetta. She's right there. So I walk past her, and she like, so you was with somebody? I'm like, what? Marky like, don't focus on that. Come on, he grabbed me. He like, don't focus on that. So I'm like, boy, don't wrinkle my shirt. What is wrong with you? Marky goes straight to the cafeteria. He like, hey, because I was going to go to the locker. That's Marky's favorite routine, to go straight to the cafeteria. Me, I'm going to the locker. He like, I'm like, what? He like, you coming with me? I'm like, I need to go get my stuff for my friend. Well, I need to get my stuff. He like, you still going to have some time? He like, the bell ain't even rung yet. We still early. So Marky get his stuff. He get his tray. Boom, you see Roosevelt come in. You see Chucky. So the way we was sitting, because at first, remember, we used to pull both of the tables together and all sit together. So we still was sitting at that same spot. So I'm like, hey, there go Roosevelt. He like, cool. So I'm like, what you about to do? He like, I'm about to knock him out. I'm like, wait, right here? He like, yeah. I'm like, security guard gonna be on us. He like, don't worry about it. I'm like, what you think about doing? He like, I could hit him with the tray. I'm like, no. I'm like, oh, look, let's just let it go. He like, no. He tried to punk you. So now we finna punk him. I'm like, you just got your rule back. Like, I thought like we was probably gonna do this like maybe in the hallway, maybe even at school. Maybe, you probably bully him a little bit. But Marky was on that. Marky gets up while Roosevelt is in line with Chuck and some other guy, but it was just them 3, and they was in line. Marky waited on the side where you get your tray and you come around and you getting ready to go look for your seat. Soon as Roosevelt come with his tray, with his breakfast stuff in it, Marky like, so you try to jump on my brother? He like, what? Before he got to move the tray to put the tray down, like, cause it was like the kids was like sitting down on at a certain table. So before he got to put the tray on a table, Marky just pushed the tray all on Roosevelt's clothes. He like, you what? Marky, by that time, Marky was already swinging. He like, you tried to,